Is brought to you by Zank. Zank is not like any current stablecoin available on the marketplace. With Zank, the coin is pegged or stable when in transit between one wallet and another. Additionally, at any point you can unpeg the stable nature of Zank and hold as a speculative investment. Visit xank.io to learn more details about this revolutionary free-floating cryptocurrency.
I don't dance, I ain't moving my feet. Cause I'm dancing with heat.
Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is August 7th, 2019. Shout out to my man Antonio on YouTube for the song request for today, Missed So High, featuring Fredo. Thanks for the song request, bro. Hope everybody's doing well out there on YouTube, and welcome to another episode. Today, we are going to look at this alleged Binance KYC leak. There's a lot of rumors swirling around about this whole situation, and this one is out of CoinDesk. We'll take a look at this article, and then to the contrary, we've got Binance rebuting these KYC leaks, saying it's not true, it's all FUD. We'll have to take a look at this and see which side of the story is the truth here. It's not like it should be a surprise if it is true. You know, these exchanges are a central point of failure, being attacked all day, every day, all of these bigger exchanges, even smaller ones. So, you know, it's like you can't protect yourself from all attack vectors. At some point, one of them will fail and you're going to get an exploit, something like this, if it is true. And then lastly, out of Decrypt Media, we've got something about this whole EtherDelta exit scam. I know many of you use EtherDelta, and I know you also remember, and I covered this, like, why are they doing a ICO? Remember all of that stuff happening? Well, it looks like that was a exit scam. It was actually a scam. The people who bought EtherDelta from the two guys who created it, I also thought that was a little fishy and how that whole thing went down. But we're going to take a look at the details. Chinese police are investigating an alleged $167,000 exit scam with that. Not a lot of money, but to say the least, it was interesting and it caught my attention. So we'll have to see what's going on. To the contrary, and like most of the altcoins are down today, down 1.7% to $225.44. EOS down to $4.20, down just over 0.5%. And Litecoin is down 3.7% to $90.06. Binance, the only green one I'm seeing here, up 5.6% to $29.63. Look at that spike in Binance token there. Don't know what's going on there. From the monthly scope, Bitcoin is back down 4% for the month. And the alts are getting hammered, man. ETH back down 27%. EOS down 29%. Litecoin down 26%. So most of the alts are in the 20s as far as percentage losses for the month so far. And I'm just seeing this Omizago, though, is down 44% for the month. And 0x down 32% in the last month here. So not looking good for the alts. So we take a look at this chart for today. We got a lot of whiplashing going on. No clear direction at the moment. I will say that it looks like we've had another attempt at this red line at $12,368, but we fell short. So I'm not too sure if this is just going to be another ABCD pattern before we head higher. But at the moment, we're having a little consolidation. Let's see how long this lasts below this line at $12,368 that I have. But let's look at this Chinese investigation of the alleged EtherDelta exit scam. You know, and honestly, I forgot about this whole EtherDelta website, this decentralized exchange, one of the more popular ones back in the 2017 frenzy. A lot of people moved over to Fork Delta after some real shady stuff was going on with EtherDelta. Then all of a sudden it was sold to some Chinese conglomerate and they were doing an ICO. It was just weird, people. I don't know what the hell was going on. So I left and never looked back, but I do remember this whole ICO thing. So it looks like Chinese police are investigating the alleged $176,000 EtherDelta exit scam. The new owners of EtherDelta reportedly ran an ICO and then disappeared, taking the funds with them. So it says non-custodial exchange EtherDelta has been reported to police for allegedly conducting an exit scam, according to Dovey Wan, a partner at cryptocurrency investment fund Primitive Ventures. The dispute involves the sale of Ethereum-based tokens native to the exchange called EDTs, or EtherDelta tokens. According to the data from ICO Check, Sales of the EDT token raised $176,000. That's very low, and it just shows you that the people that donated to that were just had to be complete idiots. The Chinese investors have now been named after police obtained the stock ownership agreement between Coburn and the buyers as part of the official investigation process. So it looks like these owners allegedly used EtherDelta as a front to issue their own ICO token, but then ran off with the money. So they did applies on us. Wan reports that disgruntled investors have taken the matter to Chinese police. The issue falls under the jurisdiction since EtherDelta was bought out by an unnamed Chinese investor in 2017. According to the Reddit post, the non-custodial exchange, which lets users keep control over their funds while trading, was sold in December of 2017. Shortly before the ICO took place in January 2018, once the tokens were sold, the website was abandoned. Wow, this is the second major crisis that EtherDelta has faced in the short history. Last year, the SEC ordered the EtherDelta founders to pay nearly $400,000 in assorted fines for running an unregistered securities exchange. I do recall that as well. China has so far taken harsh measures on fraudulent ICOs. For example, Chinese police hunted down and arrested 6 Chinese nationals on the Pacific island of Vanuatu in June of 2019 for running Plus token, which was a Ponzi scheme. Wow, this is crazy. I think this is definitely the end, and I'm just curious as to how much the original owners got for selling that EtherDelta site to those Chinese investors. It must have been a couple of million, at least a few million, I would say. But as you see, they had to take an L of about 400,000. I'll just call that cost of doing business. But man, this is crazy. It just like I said, $176,000. That was it. That was all that was raised. Most people weren't going for that, man. There was no need for the token, man. RIP EtherDelta, pretty much. So next, I do want to cover this whole Binance rumor going around that customer data has leaked, what we know and what we don't. This is out of CoinDesk. It says here, Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange by trading volume, said it's investigating the alleged leak of its customers' verification information. The leak could affect up to 60,000 individuals who sent KYC information to the company between 2018 and 2019. This leak is said to be directly related to a hack that nabbed 7,000 Bitcoin last May. So on Wednesday, a Telegram group created by an admin under the pseudonym Guardian M distributed hundreds of images of individuals holding their IDs and pieces of paper written with Binance on them, alleging that the data presented was hacked from the exchange. The hacker supplied CoinDesk with hundreds of photographs, and we have identified a number of users who recognize the photos of their faces and personal IDs that they sent into Binance for Know Your Customer purposes. The hacker told CoinDesk that he or she has at least 60,000 more and that he will release them over time. So in fact, since Monday this week, CoinDesk has already reached out to 3 people whose identities, among hundreds of others, were first uploaded to a publicly available cloud drive and were later circulating in the Telegram room today. 2 individuals confirmed to CoinDesk the authenticity of the images and that they submitted such images to Binance.com on February 24, 2018. So one of the 2 individuals who asked to remain anonymous showed CoinDesk his Binance login history from January 2018 when he first registered for the account via email alerts he received every time he went onto the site. So the email alert history indicates he did log into Binance on February 24, 2018. And further, the individual showed CoinDesk an ID image saved on his phone taken on February 24th around 6 o'clock, which appears identical to the one that's circulating inside the Telegram room. But it does say that an error level analysis of the photos suggests that some of the images had been modified, especially the brighter edges of the photos above. Similar edges should have similar brightness in the ELA result, wrote one of the photo forensics site, Photo Forensics. So this is interesting. What do you guys think about this whole situation? Again, it's just so hard to keep this stuff private, man. They're attacking all day, every day from all over the world. Someone's going to be able to get through that firewall. So I do want to look at this article that's related to the Binance KYC leak. Basically from CCN, they're saying that Binance rebukes the KYC leak FUD as controversy roils Bitcoin giant. So Binance is currently running interference against what it views as a FUD campaign against the Bitcoin exchange giant. The objective of its perceived attackers seem to be making Binance users believe that the know your customer or private information is not private at all. It goes on to say that rumors of Binance KYC leak began circulating in January. I didn't know that. This reporter was among the first to receive the dumps, but ultimately investigations were inconclusive. And then fast forward, we know about the Binance hack that happened a few months ago. The 7,000 Bitcoin that were stolen in one night trumped any rumored data breach. Of course, Binance shut down for a week in response. So then Binance publicized a 300 Bitcoin ransom the exchange has been dealing with for the 10,000 KYC files. Real or not, that's still to be determined. They admit this in the first paragraph of their latest statement on the subject. They say, this is Binance, we would like to inform you that an unidentified individual has threatened and harassed us, demanding 300 Bitcoin in exchange for withholding 10,000 photos that bear similarity to Binance KYC data. We are still investigating this case for legitimacy and relevancy. After refusing to cooperate and continue with this extortion, this individual has begun distributing the data to public and media outlets. So this whole situation possibly could affect Binance US project. They're trying to open an exchange for the US citizens. Regulators are not going to like this if it looks like their systems aren't secure. Binance believes that the data is from the previous denied batch of customer files, and so they've put out a 25 Bitcoin reward for information leading to the capture of the extortionist, saying, if you are able to provide any information to help identify this person and allow us to pursue the individual through legal action, we will offer a reward of up to 25 Bitcoin, depending on the relevance of the data supplied. But the article says here, and it points out a good point, what Binance's Wednesday statement does not do is confirm or deny the data breach. Regulators are likely watching the issue closely. The collection of personal and financial data is a powder keg forever waiting to blow. So what do you guys think? Who's right? Who's telling the truth? Who's lying? Who's fronting here? I don't know, man. I see smoke, so where there's smoke, there's got to be some fire. Though, I will have to say, the last little statement there about these being a data breach of customers that were denied, that could be the case. That could definitely be the case. It doesn't matter though. Denied or approved, that information is out there. Their ID, their face, that information is now available, and I think still Binance is responsible for this. So you guys let me know your thoughts about this. Do you think the hackers are telling the truth? Do they have 100,000 or 10,000 files of KYC information, or do you think Binance is telling us the truth here? Let me know in the comments below. But that's pretty much it for today. It's a light day. Shout out again to my man Antonio from YouTube for that song request today, Missed So High, featuring Fredo. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell, all that good stuff to help grow this channel. And I'll check you guys out tomorrow. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and that's my 2 Satoshis for August 7th, 2019. I'm out of here, people. Ha!